On the Record is brought to you in part by Altiora Coffee.
Welcome to On the Record. I'm the host, Pat Crowley. I'm also the political writer for the Kentucky Inquirer, and I co-host Northern Kentucky Magazine here on ICN6 with Nancy James. I guess our guest has become kind of our technology guru here on ICN6. Dave Hatter, president and founder of Libertas Technologies. He's also involved with the Kent County Republican Party, and you're still on Fort Wright City Council?
Oh, you know I'm a glutton, Pat. I love that stuff. Yes, I am.
So we're going to talk about all that today in the world of technology. And Dave, before we get into how technology is running and some say ruining, I say helping our lives for the most part, tell us about Libertas.
We're a company that basically helps companies save or make money through business process reengineering that ultimately leads to software development. We like to call it the smart application of technology. We come in, look at business processes and say, okay, how can we help you save or make money if we can make this happen faster? Or like do things like expose a business process over the internet, something that maybe a customer would have had to call you to find out or do in the past. You know, through your website, we'll build an application that allows them to do that themselves, that sort of thing. So,
how long has the company been around?
We've been in business as Libertas for just over 8 years.
And you just won an award. I know you guys have won a lot of awards. What's the latest?
Yeah, we've been really fortunate. We won the Greater Cincinnati Chamber of Commerce Small Business of the Year Award. We were pretty excited. Some very stiff competition, and frankly, we were pretty shocked that we won.
Yeah, well, you say fortunate, but you earned it because I know you guys do a great job.
We try really hard.
Right. All right, let's talk about technology. I think the New York Times does a nice job covering technology, not to the level that you read it, but to the level I do about how it impacts our lives. And there was a story this weekend. It's been the #1 story on their website all week. People get up in the morning and they're checking their email before they eat breakfast or brush their teeth. Dave, do you do that? And how much has technology taken over our lives?
Guilty as charged.
Right.
Yeah, I do that kind of thing. You know, as someone who makes a living in technology, I'm pretty well addicted to it, like a lot of people are. It's difficult for me to be away from a computer for any length of time, I admit, and I hate that. I'd like to be able to break that habit, but you know, it's such a convenient and powerful communication mechanism, and with all these new tools, instant messaging and social media and so forth, I think, particularly for people who have a need to want to talk to other people anyway, it tends to suck you in. So, yeah, I'm definitely guilty. I know a lot of people that are in the same boat. You know, if you use tools like Facebook, you can easily see those kind of personalities out there because they're people that are on there all day long. I admit, guilty, all day long kind of doing it. So,
what's the allure of it? Why do you like Facebook so much?
Well, you know, Facebook is an interesting thing because while there's lots of these social media sites out there, and I was a slow adopter of Facebook. I've been a big proponent of LinkedIn for a long time, and I'll tell you, as a business-to-business business, and it sounds funny when I say that, but you know, we don't deal with consumers. Consumers aren't calling me and saying, hey, Dave, come build a software application for me. We're working with other businesses. LinkedIn is an incredibly powerful tool for business-to-business communication and collaboration. Facebook is a lot more open-ended. You know, LinkedIn is geared towards business people. Facebook, it's anybody and everybody from you know, 13 on up. And it's interesting because it allows you to share information very easily, whether it's photos or news stories or just communicate and collaborate with people that you wouldn't find otherwise because you know someone and they post something on your wall and it's interesting to me, so I comment on it. Next thing you know, we start talking and you just strike up these conversations and ultimately, and I use this term loosely, friendships, because on Facebook you're friends with people. Of the 1,000+ connections I have, I don't know most of these people in person. So it's just an interesting tool because it allows you to share information very quickly and in ways that really would have been unheard of and impossible before. You know,
it is a dichotomy because I have a BlackBerry and I check my email all the time. Part of it is you're tethered to it, but on the other hand, with what I do, work here, work at the Inquirer, do a lot of freelance writing, want to stay in touch with my family, it frees you a little bit because you don't go into work the next day and have 100 emails to read. It allows you to stay connected. It allows me to be more efficient. And Dan Williams always makes fun of me because I resisted a BlackBerry forever, and now I come in every day and I'm checking it. So it can be a useful tool as far as helping plan and organize.
You're absolutely right. I mean, I have a smartphone too, and while I'm usually not too far away from a computer because I need it to do what I do, you know, I'm never too far away from some kind of way to get or send a message simply because A, I'm addicted to this stuff, and B, it is a way, especially if you learn how to manage it and use the value of it, it can be an extremely efficient tool for getting stuff done.
Absolutely. So there was also a story in the Times this week in the style section about somebody had a party, society party in New York, and the invitation said, "No tweeting allowed." What is tweeting? Get on Twitter and show us what tweeting is. We're going to take a look at it here on the screen.
Twitter is an interesting creature. When this thing first came out and people started talking about it, I had no interest in it whatsoever. And I admit, I'm a shameless self-promoter. Right. I eventually realized, hey, there's a lot of people using this. I guess I need to use it too. Twitter is a website that allows you to what is essentially known as microblog. Blogging is really just you have a website where you post content,
right.
People read it.
Which is what I do.
Right. You may or may not allow interaction on it. Depends on what you want to do. With Twitter, it's kind of like a blog, except you can't send more than 140 characters in a message. So in some ways, that's good because it forces people to be very concise to deliver their message. In other ways, it's very restrictive because you can't send more than 140 characters in one message.
All right, we're going to take a break. Hold on. When we come back, Dave Hatter's actually going to tweet on the record. We'll be right back.